Well, today, ladies and gentlemen, in this video, we're going to be checking out Eddie Van Halen's weird guitars. Let's get into it. So what is going on, everybody? Thank you so much for joining me for today's video. My name is Ray. I'm a guitar player here on YouTube and a huge Eddie Van Halen fan, as most guitar players are, right? Yeah, if I had to pick one, Eddie Van Halen is in fact my favorite guitar player of all time. He was known for constantly modifying his guitars and coming up with weird paint jobs, all the above. So we got some weird guitars to talk about with Eddie Van Halen today. So starting right off, we have what is called the Charvel Hydra guitar. I first saw this guitar in my own life in a Guitar World magazine. It was like a Guitar World homage to Eddie Van Halen back in 04, 05. And in one of the articles, it was talking about the Atomic Punk, aka Eddie Van Halen. And yeah, I saw this guitar there just sitting there on the stand, and my dad specifically said, "What the hell is that thing?" And there's really not too much information about the Charvel Hydra other than it's a Charvel body of sorts. But yeah, man, just a weird, wacky looking guitar, right? Staying in Charvel land, we have the Charvel Star guitar. Now, this isn't exactly a rare guitar. It's pretty well known and well documented, but it's still cool nonetheless. I think what's interesting, and I personally didn't know about this until making this video right now, is that the Star guitar actually started out white. And you can see the exact same guitar, the Star guitar, in the exact same photo as the Charvel Hydra. You can see it in its original form where it's white before it became white and black. The guitar is very 80s, but you know, it's an iconic Eddie guitar nonetheless. It's got a Daniel Electro neck on it, which is super rad, super obscure, but yeah, this is definitely one of the weirder, quirky ones, but still one of the more popular ones, I guess. All right, here's a weird one. We have a Gibson Les Paul Jr. What's really weird and interesting about this guitar is this guitar was seen in an outtake photo during the photo shoot from the Van Halen 1 album. I'm really personally glad that he did not go with, or whoever decided to make the album cover did not go with the Les Paul Jr. I don't know why that was even on the set, man, because something about, you know, the Les Paul Jr. doesn't really scream Eruption or On Fire or, you know, all the classic Van Halen 1 riffs and solos. That stripe guitar is Van Halen and that Van Halen 1 sound, right? So, yeah, really weird how that even made it onto the photo shoot set, but it's out there. All right, this is a cool one. I'm a huge fan of Les Paul Customs. We have a white, all white Les Paul Custom. I don't know what year it is or anything like that, but one could infer that's probably around 74 or something like that. He was seen using it live in the early days of Van Halen, and I love this guitar. I wish we saw more of it. Probably my least favorite Van Halen guitar of all time is the Steinberger GL2, most notably used in Live Without a Net. I rented Live Without a Net from my local library, my public library, in about 03, 04, and when I saw that he was using a Steinberger, I was so let down and so bummed out. I can't stand this guitar, but it's, you know, it's a rare one, it's a unique one, just doesn't scream Eddie Van Halen to me. All right, I want to talk about a double neck guitar, and this is a guitar that is pretty normal looking, and not a lot of people really know this, or at least I personally didn't know it. You know, when you think of double necks with Eddie Van Halen, there's three guitars that come to mind. We have the two Kramers, the yellow and black one, and the classic red, white, and black striped one. And we also think of the Ernie Ball stuff with the baritone neck. But one guitar Eddie used before all those guitars was a Gibson Doubleneck. He was getting his Jimmy Page on in the early 80s, man. That's really weird to see Eddie live in concert playing a Gibson Doubleneck, but it's out there, man. Going back to that same photo shoot, we have a Dean V sitting on the ground. One could infer that this is an original Dean, 77, 78, which is super rad. I've personally never seen Eddie play this, but it's cool to see that at one point in time he had, you know, an old school Dean in there. It's pretty cool. All right, now we're going to talk about some guitars from the 04 reunion tour. Now, that's the only time that I saw Van Halen live in my life, man. 04. I wear that kind of as a badge of honor. I got to see kind of the Chaos Tour, you know what I mean? So, yeah, anyway, I saw them live the day before I graduated 6th grade. He was using PV Wolfgangs predominantly during this time, and there's two guitars that I want to talk about. One, the guitar he used for the entire Philly show, June 17th, 2004 was when I saw him the second night. He used a Cherry Burst Wolfgang, which I love Cherry Burst, but it had a Sustainiac. I think he had the Sustainiac on the entire show, for better or for worse, but yeah, it was cool to see Eddie really diving deep into Sustainiacs around this time. He also had a green one as well during this time. I'm not sure if this is the same green guitar that was used in Arizona when he smashed it at the end of the tour, but you know, here's an example of a green Wolfgang with a Sustainiac. Okay, now this guitar, this is not a rare guitar, but the state that it's in makes it rare, and again, I saw this live in 2004. This is the original 5150 guitar, the striped guitar, but this guitar has a Charvel neck on it, if you look closely. Now, when I saw this guitar live, I was a huge Eddie Van Halen fan. I was only 12, but I was pretty knowledgeable. However, when I saw this guitar, I thought it was just a production model Charvel based on the headstock, right? At the time in the mid-2000s, Charvel was making the Stripe Series guitar, so I thought it was just a production model guitar. I had no idea that this was the original 5150, but just with a brand new neck. So the fact that I got to see that guitar live makes me really, really happy. However, I just wished at the time I knew what I was seeing because, you know, I didn't realize that was the original one, just with a different neck. And last but not least, we have this really weird Lambo blue and red guitar. This is the only picture I've ever seen of this guitar, and apparently it's from 1980. I don't know anything about this guitar, so if anybody would like to, you know, enlighten me by all means, I would really appreciate it because this is arguably the weirdest, most unique, and just way out of left field guitar from Eddie Van Halen. It's very Eddie. It's got stripes on it, but I don't know anything about it. So if anybody has any information, by all means, let me know. So everybody, that's going to do it for this video on what I believe to be Eddie's most weird and obscure guitars. If there's any more that I missed, by all means, let me know down below in the comments. I'm sure I missed a ton, and if there's enough, I could always do a part 2 to this video. But anyway, I just wanted to hang out with you guys to show some weird guitars from Eddie Van Halen and talk about my favorite guitar hero, okay? Alright everybody, that's going to do it for me. If you're brand new to my channel, be sure to subscribe. I am out of here. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay metal. See you guys next time. Later.